Hey there, it's Seb Fry here with another exciting episode of It's a Seb Show. And today I want to talk about preemptive offers. Yes, preemptive offers is a very fun and interesting topic, but you may be asking yourself just what exactly is a preemptive offer anyway? Well, when a realtor goes to sell a house, oftentimes they will have a marketing plan, right? And the marketing plan will call for reviewing offers, say, on a particular date, right? And the reason why they have a offer review date is because they want to make sure that our property gets adequate market exposure before they begin reviewing offers. It's fairly common around here in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. I understand it's catching on in other parts of California, and where California goes, of course, so goes the nation. Um, so many times, though, when a realtor is listing a property and says, "Hey, we are going to be looking at offers, like in 2 weeks or whatever," many times a buyer's agent will say, "Hey, would you look at my offer now, like early, like before the deadline which you have publicly posted?" And then that basically becomes a preemptive offer, right? They're looking to preempt the marketing plan. So there's a couple of things around that I'd like to get into. First of all, a realtor, as part of the Code of Ethics, is supposed to be clear and honest in all their communications. And so if they say that they're going to review offers, on a particular date, if they review offers before that particular date, one could arguably say that is a violation of the Code of Ethics, right? Because they've said one thing publicly and done another thing, right? That's no good. Um, and the second thing is that a lot of times agents now, in order to get around that, they're saying seller reserves the right to accept a preemptive offer. In which case, they're basically saying, "Hey, yeah, we're going to review offers in 2 weeks, but if we get an offer we like ahead of that time, we may just choose to accept it anyway," which then means that basically they don't really have like an offer review date. It's basically like, we'll review offers anytime we want to, and maybe it'll still be around in 2 weeks or a week or whatever. Maybe it will still be around, at the time that we say we're going to review offers. Maybe not, no guarantees, right? So that's kind of an interesting way. It's kind of like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of way of setting an offer deadline, I guess. But there's another kind of preemptive offer, and that kind of preemptive offer is before a home even comes on the market, right? So, like, a realtor typically has no good way of advertising the fact that they're going to review an offer on a particular date before the home has even been listed, because, of course, most people don't know about it before it gets listed. But you know what? Word gets out, right? Word gets out. Realtors are now using more and more commonly a coming soon strategy, right? Which is where they are pre-marketing a property and they will sort of like leak the word out to the brokerage community and maybe neighbors, and maybe they'll do some Facebook marketing or something like that, right? So they'll have like a pre-marketing or a coming soon period, and during that time they may accept a preemptive offer as well. So here's the question. Let's just say you're a seller. Should you take a preemptive offer? Well, that is a very good question. And I'm going to say that in most cases, the answer to that is no. In fact, in the listing agreement, the California Association of Realtors listing agreement, which is what most people use to list their houses with a realtor, it even has a big paragraph in there that says, "Hey, listen, you really want to make sure that you have your home on the MLS, because that's really the only way that you can be sure you're getting the very highest price for your property." So, I have seen people take these preemptive offers, and I've seen them take preemptive offers that probably were not as high as they could have gotten on the market. And maybe for some sellers, that's okay, right? Maybe they like the buyer. Maybe they, have just a particular reason why they don't want to do any more repairs, getting it ready or something like that. And they just feel that, okay, I have a buyer who's going to take it as is. It's really going to save me a lot of time and hassle. I'm just going to go ahead and take that preemptive offer. In fact, I have a client in contract right now, and she put an offer in on a property before it was even on the market, and miraculously the offer was accepted. And I'm overjoyed for my client, because I'm pretty sure that the sellers could have gotten some more money for the property. Now, granted, they might have had to have done some more work to the property, but I have a good feeling that they could have netted substantially more money than they did had they gone to market. So my advice to people is, if you're going to sell a property, put an offer review date and don't accept preemptive offers, right? Don't accept them. if you want to get the most money for your property. And there's a chance that some guy who's going to give you a preemptive offer will in fact pay more than anybody else is willing to pay for it on the open market. There is a chance, but my advice to sellers always is play the numbers, right? I mean, like, there are really no guarantees in any of this, so all you can do to get the best result for yourself is just to play the odds, right? Like, do the things that are most likely going to get you the best result for you, and that is usually not accepting a preemptive offer, but instead setting an offer review period and then waiting for that date to come along, collect the offers, review them, and get all the buyers to fight against each other in a nasty bidding war, right? That, I think, is the best way for a seller to get the very highest price for a property. Now, if you get an outstanding preemptive offer, right, like, it can happen. I'm not advocating that if you set an offer review date and you get a great offer before that review date, I don't think that you should accept that offer if you said you're going to wait. But let's just say you're in the pre-marketing period. You're doing a coming soon strategy, right? You're not even on the market. You haven't set an offer review date yet. What if you get an outstanding offer at that time before you've even told anybody that you're going to have an offer review date, right? Well, I would say be very careful there and just realize that you may not be getting the highest price. And if you do get an offer preemptively before you're even on the market, I would say counter that buyer back and just say, hey, listen, you know what? I understand, like, your offer is great and all that, but if you want me to, like, pull it from the market and not give anybody else a crack at it, I'm going to have to ask for a little bit more money from you just to offset the chance that maybe I'm leaving money on the table here. That would be my advice to you. And if you can, in fact, do that, and you get a really, really high, awesome offer, maybe no appraisal contingency, maybe, no loan contingency, and ideally not even an inspection contingency, if you can get all that, the trifecta, and an awesome price and terms that are favorable to you, then go ahead. But really, anything short of that, I would say, listen, you're going to be better off, most likely, letting the whole entire market have a crack at it rather than just accepting a preemptive offer. All right, well, that's all I have to say about that for now. Listen, do me a huge favor. Would you give me a thumbs up? Would you give me a like? Would you give me a comment? And, oh man, this would be awesome. Give me a share. I would really appreciate it if you would share this with anybody you know who is thinking about selling their home or maybe already has a home on the market. Just anybody who would be interested in hearing about, preemptive offers. All right, that is it for this episode of It's a Seb Show. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will have another episode up again before too long.